Pictures Magazine interviews at Cannes. We were here with M. Blash and Jena Malone of Lying, which is in the prestigious Directors Fortnight here at Cannes. Congratulations for one.
Thank you very much.
I understand that the whole process started in Cannes a year ago, so it's kind of like a coming home for this.
Yeah, I was here actually with another film that Jenna's a part of called 88 Matter Shades, and we were looking to secure financing on it when I met the producers here. And I think being here as a director without a film here, I realized what it was going to take to get that film made, which is a much more complicated story. And on the plane ride home, I realized I needed to make another film first and have it be a smaller film. I didn't know what it was because all the other scripts I've written, are bigger. And so I got back to New York. I went to a party upstate a few days after Cannes and thought of this idea. Then went back home and sat down and wrote it in 2 days, and then we're here. Yeah. So it is like Jenna said over there. It just came full circle.
Did you write the piece specifically with Jenna in mind?
Yes, I did.
And Chloë as well?
Not so much Chloë. There were a couple people that I was thinking about for Chloë. Yeah.
And how, and having that in mind, having that film written for you, was it a no-brainer to come on board?
Well, for me, I would work with him to scrub the deck of that yacht. I would work with M. Blash to try and recobble this path. I would work with M. Blash to do a car wash on the street. So for me, it wasn't even about necessarily the material. It's about his creative inspiration to me, to my heart and to my mind, and just being really good friends with someone. You know that the world that they're going to create is something that you will feel safe and comfortable and inspired in. And I knew that before going in, so I was there without...
If I sent you a porno script, you probably wouldn't have done that.
I would, totally. I probably would do an M. Blash porno. There you go.
So the title of the film is Lying. Of course, everyone has some experience in that field, but how do you think it's going to resonate with people here at Cannes, and what do you think it is about lying that makes it an interesting subject to deal with in film?
Well, because, the basic nature of film is basically you're creating a lie for someone. It's something that is, it's an abstraction. It's surreal. It's not about, you can't necessarily go and watch these people living their life. We have to present it to them in an abstract way, which in a way is a lie. But I think that just between, humans, we're trying so hard to connect with people and present them with everything that we think that they want. So maybe that's forms of lies, manipulation, trying to be honest, and even sometimes trying to be honest is a lie in itself, because no one can necessarily truly know what they're feeling. So it's lying runs deeper than that. It's part of human relations, and I think it's an important subject to talk about.
Yeah, just to add to that, I think it's a subject that needs to be approached very carefully and very minimally, and not to hit audiences over the head about how bad it is to lie and how horrible it is, because we'll never really learn from that. So it's presented in a very calm, almost passive manner, and the lies in the film are very banal and very small, and you have to listen for them and you have to sort of detect them because they're small. Some are bigger than others, but then again, you get into like weighing lies and how do you discern what a big lie is and a small lie? Because I think what's more important is what it's affecting and how it's affecting it. But yeah, it's a subject that I see it in movies a lot and I hear about lies, but I haven't really seen a film just dedicated to the art or act of lying.
Does each of the characters represent a different element of society?
Yes and no. I think we did a lot of background research after we read the script, and we created sort of a lot of subtext for each of these characters, where they came from, and that comes across somewhat in the film. But ultimately, I think everybody interprets something differently. Like, that girl, comes from a certain class, or that girl comes from a certain class in terms of classes. But in terms of actually creating political or social archetypes for each of the characters, no, not really. But they certainly all lie in different ways. Like, some people lie out of a mission, some people lie out of control, some people lie out of fear. So that's certainly the case.
And the film was made, I believe, for under $1 million on digital, and then you had to rush to transfer it for Cannes. Can you?
Yeah, we had to transfer it to 35 millimeter film, and I must say this, and this is a plug for DV. I really think the cameras are such a point now that to see a film projected on a very high-end digital projector, it looks better than transferring it back to 35. Whereas a few years ago, I think mini DV sort of relied on falling back to that medium. But the film is still very beautiful, but I think it just holds. Film has very different characteristics, and so it brings a new element to the film, which I haven't actually seen the entire film. So I think I'm going to be in my seat.
Transferred. You haven't seen the full film. Transferred to 35, right?
Yeah, that's right. I've only seen bits and pieces of it. So.
Do you sing in the film, Jena?
No.
Just impressed.
There's a point where I sort of, yes, I do a sing, and I try to balance a trophy on my head.
And what's it like for you being at Cannes?
Strange and beautiful. I'm happy to be here. Yeah, it's my first time. Last time I was here, I was a sweaty 16-year-old backpacker, and now I'm sort of, wearing something ridiculous. So it's both are extreme and both are real. So I'm glad.
Well, enjoy it, and thanks for speaking with us.
So
It's been great. Thanks.